A sage in the past went to heaven on the Yellow Crane's back. Now only an empty Yellow Crane Tower is left behind. The Yellow Crane, once gone, has never come back. For thousands of years, clouds wandering around without a care. On sunny days, trees at Hanyang Plain are clearly visible. Aromatic grass is growing vibrantly all over the Parrot Isle. However, it is twilight that I still do not know where my home is. Facing the boundless river covered with fog, how sad it is. Hi everyone, here is Yunjing, China. Today, we will talk about the Yellow Crane Tower in Wuhan. Yellow Crane Tower, located in Wuchang District, Wuhan City, Hubei Province, is built on the top of Snake Mountain, near the Yangtze River, which is also a landmark building in this area. It was firstly constructed in the second year of Wu 223 AD, titled Huangwu during the Three Kingdoms period, and has been repaired repeatedly in successive dynasties. The existing building was re-established in 1985, designing as a prototype of Tongzhi building in the Qing Dynasty. The tower became famous for a poem, The Yellow Crane Tower, which was written by Cui Hao, a poet in the Tang Dynasty. Since ancient times, it has the reputation of the world's most beautiful scenery. It is also known as the Three Scenic Spots in Wuhan, together with Qingchuan Pavilion and Guishan Terrace. It is one of the 4 famous towers in ancient China, one of the top 10 famous historical and cultural buildings in China, and is known as the first building in the world by ancient Chinese people. The main building of Yellow Crane Tower has 4 sides covered with octagonal body and reinforced concrete frame imitation wood structure. Starting from the first floor, the overall building mainly strengthens upward to enhance the stability of the building. The building is 51.4 meters high, 30 meters wide at the bottom, and 18 meters wide at the top. It was 5 flying eaves and a pointed roof, covered with golden glazed tiles and supported by 72 columns. There are 60 warps on the upper floors. Outside the building, there are cast bronze yellow crane shape, Shengxiang pagoda, archway, porch, pavilions, and other buildings around, with a unique national style. The first floor is a tall and spacious hall, the center of the caisson as high as more than 10 meters. On the front wall for a huge white cloth yellow crane ceramic mural. On both sides of the pillars hung with a cupolet as long as 7 meters. Bright air flowing from west, clouds sweep open heaven and the earth shake. Big river running to east, waves wash away ancient and modern sorrow. On the front wall of the hall on the second floor, there is a marble inscription of the Yellow Crane Tower written by Yan Boli of the Tang Dynasty, which describes the rise and fall of the Yellow Crane Tower and the anecdotes of celebrities. There are 2 murals on both sides of the tower. One is Sun Quan building the city, which vividly illustrates the history of the successive births of the Yellow Crane Tower and Wuchang City. The other picture shows Zhou Yu holding a banquet, reflecting the activities of celebrities from the Three Kingdoms to the Yellow Crane Tower. The mural of the hall on the third floor is embroidery painting of celebrities of the Tang and Song dynasties, such as Cui Hao, Li Bai, Bai Juyi, etc., also accepted the famous sentence of chanting the Yellow Crane Tower. The hall on the 4th floor is divided into several small halls with screens which are built with contemporary celebrity calligraphy and painting for tourists to appreciate and buy. The hall on the top floor of the fifth floor has long scrolls and murals on display, such as the Yangtze River 10,000-mile map. Walking out of the fifth floor, you will be greeted by the West Yangtze River. Only then can you experience firsthand what is the double-eaved wing pavilion, the four-pointed chameleon, sitting in the well and overlooking the clouds. Then you will blurt out for thousands of years the white clouds wandering around without a care, and then you will know what does it feel like when Li Bai reclaimed the Yellow Crane Tower. The Yellow Crane Tower has 5 floors on the outside and 9 floors inside, implying the meaning of the supreme power of the emperor. It embodies the unique culture of the Yellow Crane Tower and perfectly combines traditional Chinese architectural features with cultural connotations. Goose Pond, Poem Corridor, and Lu Mei Xuan, the courtyard garden layout in the shape of Jiangnan Gardens, combined with the layered layout of mountains, rivers, corridors, pavilions, and shows the cultural area of the Yellow Crane Tower, which is composed of literary works, poetry and inscription, singing and dancing, pine garden, plum garden, and cuckoo garden. The 3 gardens are located in the north of the mountain in the western part of China. They are connected with each other and are called hundreds of pines, thousands plum trees, and 10,000 cuckoo trees. They connect the main building and the Yuefei Square and are the core theme of the natural landscape of the mountain north. Crepe Myrtle is the garden floor of the Yellow Crane Tower. Crepe Myrtle Garden is the new characteristic area of our garden this year. Crepe Myrtle Garden as the core theme, the collection of a variety of crepe myrtle shapes and different varieties. Covered crepe myrtle, this kind of classical garden plant in the garden of all kinds of application. The park has collected 4 kinds of crepe myrtle: silver myrtle, green myrtle, red myrtle, and the different varieties under it. The Yangtze River meets the Han River, its longest tributary, in the hinterland of the 3 states belonging to Chu, creating a magnificent position where Wuhan is separated by 2 rivers and 3 towns face each other. Located in the eastern margin of Jianghan Plain, the southeastern hilly region of Hubei rises and falls among the plains and lakes and is sandwiched between Turtle and Snake Mountains. On the river are both woven like Yellow Crane Towers. The Yellow Crane Tower is a masterpiece of classical and modern fusion, poetics and aesthetics. Located at the intersection of mountain and rivers, it just reflects the Chinese people's preference for climbing, their space consciousness close to nature, and their philosophy of advocating the universe. Climbing the Yellow Crane Tower is not only pleasant, but also makes the mind and the image of the universe permeate each other so as to purify the mind. This is probably the reason why the beauty of the Yellow Crane Tower has survived the storm and perpetuates as the sun and the moon. The planned design of the Yellow Crane Tower is an octagon on 4 sides, which is called in all directions. These figures reveal the symbolic and ethnical ideographic functions of numbers in ancient architectural cultures. Viewed from the longitudinal direction of the building, the eaves on each floor are directly related to the name of the building, shaped like a yellow crane with wings ready to fly. The whole building is majestic yet delicate, full of changing charm and beauty. The name of the Yellow Crane Tower, because of the mountain Chu for fairy. The series of immortals is divided into 2 parts. One is that there was a fairy driving crane through this, hence the name. One side there was the Taoist symbols painting on the wall of a hotel here can dance Yellow Crane, doing well in business owners so much. 10 years later, when the Taoist priest came back, he called down the yellow crane with the sound of his flute and wrote the crane to fly away. These myths and legends are interesting and touching, but they are not the real origin of the Yellow Crane Tower. According to historical research, the Yellow Crane Tower got its name because it was built on Huanghu Mountain. Ancient gu and crane are the word of notes, a common, so-called Yellow Crane Tower. The theory that the Yellow Crane Tower was named after the mountain has laid the geographical foundation, while the theory that the Yellow Crane Tower was named after the fairy has given the tower watchers wings of imagination and satisfied people's desire for beauty and spiritual transcendence. The two views have their respective functions. They have been running side by side in the past and complement each other in the future. Overlooking the building, the field of vision, distant mountains, near water in a glance, the yellow crane, once gone, has never come back. For thousands of years, clouds wandering around without a care. On sunny days, trees at Hanyang Plain are clearly visible. Aromatic grass is growing vibrantly all over the parrot isle. The artistic conception in Cui Hao's poem is profound and meaningful, thought-provoking. This video ends here. We welcome your like, subscribe, and retweet. See you next time.